And we are live. Welcome to the Ricky Remedy live stream. Boy, it has been quite a few days for me. But here we are, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. This is RickyRemedy.com. What up, everybody? RickyRemedy.com. If you want to check out some music that I've released in the last year, go ahead and go to Ricky-Remedy.com. Sorry, I keep messing that up. Ricky-Remedy.com/music. The Remedy kit. Awesome kits in there. You already know what's going on. I actually heard a Marshmallow vlog. And my one of my sounds was using there. You know, everybody uses it. Marshmallow, Chainsmokers, everybody, bro. Patreon. So just quick announcement. I have a lot of stuff to update. Will be updated this week. I have been super busy and just kind of doing all types of different stuff that I haven't been able to just sit down and attend to the Patreon. But nonetheless, there is so much coming this week. I promise. James Brown edit is going up there. Couple other edits are going on there. A lot of the stuff that I've been doing on TikTok and Reels will be going up there. Some of the IDs from the mix will be going up on there. Shout out to Mez for the sub. That's my boy. And shout out to Mez for having me. I'm not sure if you guys saw my story, but shout out to Mez for having me on his little boat gathering, his boat party gathering. It was a good time. It's good to see a lot of people. It's good to see Happy Colors and Shinobi and all those guys, man. It was good. So I appreciate you, Mez. And yes, I'll be getting to that. And then live stream. Yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm not on Twitch anymore. I'm now just on YouTube. So just let everybody know. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. They can learn a lot of game, a lot of stuff, whatever, they might need to, learn. And if they just want to see my process, it's good content. Discord. Ricky-Remedy.com/Discord is the easiest way to get into there. If you want to send in some stuff for feedback on Thursdays, for collabs on Thursdays, you just jump in there. And you go into the music share or the music feedback channel, and then you go into the collab share channel, and then you also have the voice chat channel that Rare will always be in for commentary. So yeah, if you guys ever want to go in there and just talk while I'm doing all this, by all means, join Rare. He's always in there. Yes, I drink very loud. Yeah. So next, services. If anybody needs mastering, mixing, some music production like beats, one-on-ones. I'm doing one-on-ones. Graphic design, logos. It was very hydrating. My voice was getting my throat was feeling extremely dry. And yeah, so any services, anything that you guys need, just let me know. Hit me up. If you guys want to know more about me, yeah, just go in there. But for the most part, I'm sure you guys already know who I am. And yeah, so let's kind of just go over this insane few days I've had. So it was very, very close we were very close to not having the stream today. Like this close. As a matter of fact, I might actually have this stream might have to be a little shorter than the usual 2 to 2.5 hours that I do. Because check it out. This is now my new charger for my laptop. The reason for that, so first and foremost, I'm not sure if you guys remember last stream where I said that my battery has pretty much died on me. It went literally as far as my little battery icon saying, yeah, no battery is connected, no battery is detected, and nothing was really happening at all. Like I was like, bruh, like what's really going on right now? So I was like, all right, well, I guess the battery's dead. But luckily, I was still able to run it off of power, which was awesome because it's like, all right, at least my laptop isn't completely unusable. Well, that changed. That changed over the weekend. It would not turn on even with the charger on it, and that was extremely concerning. Because I, as stupid as I am, have not didn't back up very much. I haven't backed up, the many things that I've been working on the past couple months. So that is going on today, as soon as this stream is done. As a matter of fact, this is my first time on my laptop, and since it has pretty much been completely unusable to me. So that was very concerning, very scary. Because I was just thinking about, because yesterday I was so tired. All through the weekend I was only running off of 4 hours of sleep each night, and that is absolutely not my thing. I cannot do that anymore. I'm pushing 30 now. I can't do that. I'm not the young kid anymore that can just go a whole weekend where each night I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep. Just not happening no more. So yesterday I just slept the entire day. As much as I wanted to go to Best Buy and figure it all out, I was just too tired. So I had to do that all this morning. And so the charger is too short. It doesn't fit. It doesn't reach my wall. So what I'm going to actually try to do is I'm going to try to get this extension cord. Let's see how the battery does, because it's a brand new battery. And it might last a little longer. So if it starts to die as we're working, then I'll see what I can do. And I left the charger to my camera battery at my friend's house, and he lives quite far away from where I live, so I wasn't able to get it from him today. So I'll DM you a link to the cable I use. For what, to charge? Because this is charged through USB-C, which it's no problem for me to just go get a new USB-C. This is just the only one I have. Like this was the charger. I went to Best Buy to grab this to charge my laptop, which is actually, now you think about it, it's very, very, very clutch. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna go grab and get a longer USB-C, because I have one, but this is obviously shorter. But I'm very happy, because I realized that it was my charger that was not working anymore. And I'm pretty sure that the other battery that I have still works just fine. It was just disconnected from the power source. And I realized that when I opened up my computer. But I got a new battery anyway, so I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna just throw my battery in there. But that's enough about that. So my laptop might die first, my camera might die first. Let's see who survives the longest. But yeah, would you look at that? It's crazy how the times that we are in right now. Like, this is a 65 watt little guy right here, and then my charger that no longer works. Oops, sorry about that. I'll show you guys. And at the same time, I'll just go grab. Nice. So I guess we can all come to this agreement that this doesn't look very good. Focus it a little bit. Oh, wrong way. I don't even know how to use my camera. So yeah, that doesn't look very good. So I think it's safe to say that it was very likely the charger. And look at the comparison in size of the chargers. They're both 65 watt. It's not like, they're about the same in weight. I mean, they gotta be, but just like you know what I mean? So That's what's going on. New charger. That's enough of the techie stuff. All right, we're all focused. Focus. And then, last but not least, the Yerbski. I got so many people on that, man. Need that sponsorship. Well, that's the thing, is that I'm not really even 100% sure. I'm not even 100% sure if it really is this, because, and I obviously won't know until I get a new one of these, but when I plug it in, there's this little green light. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'll just do it right now. There's this little green light that turns on. I don't know if you can see it. It's like very... Oh, you're not going to see it because it's green, because I have a green screen. Ha 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 ha. Well, the green light is on. And this wouldn't be giving me any kind of like power, but when I like do this... Can't hear it. It kind of has like it's something loose in there. So I don't know. Maybe it's the USB-C port. I don't know. There's something going on here. But I'm just happy that it's not my actual computer or power supply. It's working. It's up and running. I was very scared. Oh, all right, guys. So today's topic of discussion: sound design versus sampling. Look at that, man! Already almost done with my water. This is how thirsty I was. Stay hydrated. So topic of discussion, which usually, you know, before when I was doing live streams, I was just hopping on, just making something, just talking about like what's been going on. But I'm like, no, let's kind of get topics of discussion, kind of make this more long form content kind of vibe. And then, you know, another thing over time, you know, I'm gonna start making like just shorter videos that are like scripted, I suppose, and edited. And not just straight, you know, from start to finish, just streaming, and then you guys, people looking back on it. But I also like it being raw like this as well. It's good to kind of have both. I'm definitely been getting in my content bag, you know, as you guys can tell with all these reels and all the stuff that I post. Which I'm very happy with how things have been, like, you know, going with that as far as reels goes. TikTok, big L. TikTok is an L platform, bruh. Like, I can't grow on there, man. You're my 400 sub. That's fire. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Stone Cold Skeet. That's awesome. Yeah. So let's try to get to that 1,000. Let's see. We're really at 400. That's awesome. Let's try to get to that 1,000 by the end of the year, man. That's awesome. I'm gonna cheers to that. But today's topic of discussion is sampling versus sound design, and the pros and cons behind them, and there's definitely pros and cons to both, 100%. So let me just go ahead and open FL. So I have FL as my background screen because I'm a FL boy, Fruity Loops boy. Cool. So all right, let's get started. So how can I know I should have probably organized how I could discuss this, but all right, let's go with sampling first. So sampling, as you guys know, is comes in many different shapes and forms. Sampling is definitely something that we're just never going to turn away from. As a matter of fact, I think in this current age of 2022, we're in a place where whole entire songs are interpolated. you know what, I'm just gonna say it how I want. But yes, it's been a lot of people, number one songs, big songs that are out right now are just basically samples or remix of already popular at one point songs. Now why is that? I mean, probably because obviously there's some type of recognition behind it. There's maybe there's several reasons. Let's say reason number one, it's a classic, and there's a reason why the song did well in the first place. It's probably the combination of melodies, arrangement, just the top line, just being super super catchy. So it's like, hey, if something's catchy and it's been a long time since it's had its fire, then hey, maybe that's one reason. Another reason is though I'll get to that reason like a little after. This next reason is probably because it's a good way of reaching several audiences, like whether it be the new audience, people who have never really heard the original sample, where it might have come from, or people who are older and have heard where the sample did come from. Where in that case, that's some of us, we're kind of in that age group, or early to late 20s. We kind of like are in that weird middle place where like we kind of remember our parents or, our uncles or grandparents kind of listening to some of this stuff. And then now it's kind of coming back around. Or even just songs that when we were kids, was actually popular on the radio. So that's kind of like where we're at right now with that. So that's reason number two, kind of gets around to, several different audiences. And then reason number three, which is a little less conventional, a little kind of more like on the industry side of things. But some of these like bigger songs, big hit records, even the classic records, were released on a certain label, or the artists were signed to a certain label, and this label basically has the rights to basically go to any of their new signees or their signees or people that they have on their roster and say, hey, you guys are free to use these samples, free to like change this around, make your own version of this, and you're free to use this. You don't have to really go through too many loops, hoops and loops to basically get this cleared. So it kind of gives people a little bit more freedom to, use these samples and kind of just, I guess, get through making a song a little quicker than just having to come up with something from scratch, which is not always the easiest. That's why I do remixes and flips, because it's just a lot easier to get through that process. I'd say those are the main three reasons. Are there any other reasons why you guys would believe that sampling is such a thing? Maybe because it's the same reason why people use loops, because it's just easier to make a song and just kind of just like throw in a sound, and it's just, maybe that's a good reason. I don't think it's a strong enough reason. But yeah, I think those first three reasons might be the best way to kind of get that down. So sample, hey man, I think it's both. So I'd say the pros, those were really, I think you can say those are pros. It's like you have a catchy melody, or you have something that's like, even like with all the drill music that's been coming out, where it's been constantly, which by the way, thank you guys, that's anybody that's been coming in and liking the video. That's all I need. That's like my number one, like, thing right there. Shout out to TC Remix. There's an art form to it. Look at Daft Punk. They made great songs out of the small samples. Exactly. And that's actually kind of, I think, probably the safest way to sample, is basically finding, I'm gonna go right now, just stop and we'll give you your like, hey man, thank you bro, appreciate that. But yeah, sampling, I think the most respected way to sample is most certainly to basically find small sections and almost kind of make it into a brand new song. That's kind of actually what I did, which actually this is kind of a good time to just open that up. September. Oh, there we go. It's a good time to show you guys. So, yeah, it's taking like samples that, as a matter of fact, this is what Kanye is mostly known for, is where basically he can take a sample where you have to go on whosampled.com, or you have to kind of like really do some digging and be like, oh, this is the song that he sampled. It's not like a very, very extremely known song. Maybe it was at that time, but even then, like, people just can't like straight up be like, oh, that's that one song from whatever. No, like, this is, I think that's a very respected way to sample is because you're not really taking the the shine from that, you know, and like people just say, oh, this guy ruined a good song, even though I'm not gonna lie, I got hit with that a couple times with the September remix. But you know, it's you know, you can't win it all. So yeah, Daft Punk, definitely they're known for doing stuff like that where they're taking samples and they're really like making it their own. So I guess you can say that's kind of how I approach this. So let me take off this gross beat. And I actually have the instrumental here too somewhere. I think this is no, that's the. I know it's here somewhere. I think this is it. No, where the fuck? There it is. So like I kind of kept it close to. So it goes dun, 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 dun. So I kept it pretty similar to like how it originally goes, but it's like chopped in a very, and it's chopped. That's just, you know, I think a more respectable way of taking this and flipping it or remixing it. Like I think it definitely would not have been as impactful, or probably just wouldn't even been as respected if I just went and took this instrumental version and, you know, gave it a side chain and then put the drums over it. But this is like, you know, because there's so many like ways you can go by. It's like there's so many samples that you can. And I think this is also kind of what Daft Punk will do sometimes, is that they'll take like, is that they'll just find some random sound and like not follow what the original was doing. You know, I just kind of followed it because I wanted it to clearly be a September remix. But you can just go about like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you find like whatever, if you have some kind of, and I think that's kind of another cool part about sampling and kind of what differentiates like the more creative samplers. And, you know, what's up with the legality of using samples? I flipped a cover of a song and I'm worried about people coming after her, even though the original sounds nothing like the original. It's tough. There's it's a risky game. Like you know, if I'm being completely honest, it's definitely a risk. Now this is where again it goes back to where it could be, because at the end of the day, I think this is the best way to kind of settle this is, would you win in court? And I know that seems like such a huge question to ask yourself. You're like, damn, I don't even want to go in court in the first place. But like, would you win in court? Because people will come after you. They can come after you, and you could like try to find some type of you know, middle ground, and just like also sit down with a lawyer first. But if maybe that's not your option, like really sit down and think about your argument, and just like get on the phone. Get on with the phone with the people that are like, you know, trying to come after you over something, or whether they send a cease and desist. Try to get on the phone with these people and really explain to them, and just be like, hey, like, you know, this is changed in a certain way where it's like, you know, it's not taking away from the song and whatever, and just kind of explain, you know, how much of the process it was of you having to use this sample and not make it so much like the original. Therefore, you can at least ask for a decent percentage. They're gonna ask for a percentage regardless. They're gonna be like, hey, we want the whole thing. Like try to make some type of argument for yourself to where you can be like, hey, like, you know, but if I'm just being completely honest, like they come after you, and they're not willing to budge, your best bet is to just remake the sample in some possible way. And remaking is important, and when I say remake it, it's where then you can truly prove in court that you remade it. And if you just said that it and if you said that it was, you know, a sample or whatever, I'm sorry, if you said that the sample doesn't sound anything like the original, then at that point they can't really sue you, or they can't really hit you with a, hey, this sounds like this. Well, it's like, it doesn't sound like the original. Now, if you use their sample in order to, you know, and it shows that, like, because at the end of the day, they're going to ask you, how did you make this sound? That's actually kind of what happened with me in this Meg Thee Stallion situation, where I made that sound in the Meg Thee Stallion track that you guys first hear when it first starts playing, and I was literally able to make a video of how I made that sound. So if someone were to come after you, which is, this happened to me before, where like I had gotten a major placement through Sync Deal, and they asked, do you have absolutely any samples whatsoever? Are there any samples in here? And so I had to like literally like take every sound that I had, check to what sound pack they might have came from, and then at that point I went to some of these sound pack websites, and then I had to check if they were royalty free, and I literally took every single website, every agreement, everything that was, every bit of information that was given to me, and I forwarded it over to the sync licensing people, and they said, oh, okay, you're good to go, this is fine, all right, awesome. Even though they were a little skeptical, they're like, I don't know, it sounds like there's some samples in here. I'm like, I got it. And then I showed them how I made every single sound, and then that was good. So if you're asked, how did you make this sound, and it's a sample, and the sample, and like, let's say in your case where you say you can't find it on the internet, that still doesn't do you any good, because it's like, okay, well, you can't prove that you actually made this, because then at that point it's like there's a risk for even people who are involved business wise, for people who might be involved that want to put your song in a movie, or put your song in a video game, or if they want to sign it to release it, like they're now they are a part of the risk, and they don't want to take that. So it's unfortunate. And this is actually the big con of sampling that I wanted to actually get around to, which I think is a good segue to it, is that the biggest con to sampling is that it's a risk. Now, how can you mitigate that risk? How can you really keep that at a low risk? Just know where you're going to release it, you know. Know where it's going to go. There's several fixes to this. Let's say first fix is, if it's a song of yours that like you're releasing as like a DJ or like an artist, producer artist, your best bet is SoundCloud. Your best bet is YouTube. Your best bet especially is TikTok, because actually TikTok, I think, apparently has some type of deal where it's like, hey, you know, you can remix stuff and it can blow up, and you can, you know, make money off of views and not necessarily the song itself, but the song. It's very interesting. But yeah, just find, you know, just do SoundCloud and do YouTube. I wouldn't say Bandcamp. I don't know if Bandcamp is going to eventually get some kind of flack for all the like remixes that people have been literally making money off of, but I don't know what the contractual, I don't know what the agreements are when it comes to these people. But like YouTube and SoundCloud, I wouldn't say the streaming platforms, because streaming platforms work differently than YouTube. YouTube is in order for you to stream a song on Apple Music, Spotify, or Tidal, you have to have a subscription. And that is basically their revenue. That's like kind of how they're able to pay out these labels, is through these kinds of users. Now, the thing with YouTube, which is a little shaky, and this is why like I still would probably rather say SoundCloud than YouTube. And it's actually the same case for SoundCloud. This is still very risky. But it's usually you choose not to monetize these things. And you usually like put in the caption, oh, I do not own the rights to the sample or whatever it may be. because you can't monetize. If it's really, if you're monetizing it, that's where it gets really shaky, and like they can come after you and say, hey, you made money off of my sample. And the same thing with SoundCloud. SoundCloud it's more of a free that's the thing. SoundCloud is a free service. They make their money. How does Daft Punk get away with it? Leverage. The good old L word, leverage. They have the leverage to do that. They know that they're very big artists. They've I don't know who they're actually signed to. Let's maybe just do that real quick. Daft Punk. They are signed to Virgin and Columbia. So very, very major labels. Very, very major labels have a lot of leverage, whether the leverage be a lot of money, the leverage be a lot of publicity. So let's say Daft Punk goes and samples something. They go straight to the label, or the label does it themselves, and they just send it to the label. Label says, "This is amazing. Okay, is there samples in there?" They say yes. And then basically the Virgin or Columbia, very major labels, they can just easily go to the people who originally made it and say, hey, we are willing to offer you $100,000 advance or $50,000 advance for our artists to use this, because the money that it will be generating because of the popularity of it, the fact that it's Daft Punk, the fact that it's an actually good song, and just, they're major artists. They are not like just, some bedroom producers. They're very known. They're out here, and so the labels, indeed, yes, they get it cleared, because they have the leverage, they have the money, they have the proof that they're going to basically generate income for the people who originally made the song. And so it's like, think about it, if somebody came to you today saying, hey, Daft Punk sampled your song, we're willing to offer you this amount of money and a percentage. Are you going to be that guy to say, no, I'm not going to clear it? You're very likely going to clear it. So it's usually a lot harder for samples to get cleared for people who are really not very known, or let's say they are known, but they don't have some type of guarantee or compensation for the people who originally made the sample. Same thing with Kanye. That's how Kanye is able to get away with it. He's just a major artist. So that's one way. Like I said, just using SoundCloud or using more free services that are more free, or just kind of only make their money mostly off of advertising. Because and then also, I think what I do is I think this might be probably like this is a little loophole. Is doing it through Patreon or doing it through a subscription service, because basically people are paying you not for the music. They're paying you for subscription service. They're paying you basically to have access to your exclusive stuff. And some of it could be original, some of it can just be lessons, some of it could be sound packs like I have on my Patreon. And then some of them can be like remixes and stuff where it's like, okay, well, we're not selling these songs. Because at the end of the day, like, the subscription service is at a set price, at whatever price that I set. And I think that's probably a good little loophole too, is that like you can be like, hey, if you want this song, because that's what I'll do in my reels, I'll be like, I'm putting this song on my reels. If it starts to do pretty well and it starts to kind of blow up, then if you want it, go to my Patreon. And that's basically selling a remix. I feel kind of weird saying that out loud. Hopefully nobody comes for me, but I think that's a good little loophole. And another loophole, which I mean people usually don't want to do, but it's if it's basically use a sample as a placeholder. Use a sample as a placeholder. Don't actually release the song. Use it as a placeholder. Maybe if like you're trying to get it signed to somebody and they say, yo, we really like this. Then at that point, remake the sample. Find a way to remake the sample. If it's something that's like a big band, I don't know, hire a big band. Figure out how you can go. I don't know, use Contact, use these plugins that have a lot of these organic orchestral sounds. But otherwise, yeah, it's there's not too many ways around sampling, but it's fun. It's really fun to do. Like, I think sampling is really fun to do. I think we're in an age where it's a little bit more accepted with like the age of TikTok, the age of Reels. As a matter of fact, I have a bunch of content where I'm just I took like a bird, I took a cockatiel, and I turned that into a hardcore hard style kind of techno kind of song. And that's a sample, but like, is the owner of the bird gonna come to me and say, hey man, you owe me like what? Who knows? So I think it's kind of more like, try to keep the fun in it. Don't go out and start selling like every record that has a sample in it, because then it's like, it just makes you look shady, or it makes it look like you're just trying to make money off of other people's sounds and success. If you can just try to find a way to just safely do it, which I think it's safe to just make a viral video, and then like, find a way to kind of get people to subscribe to like a Patreon or something, or subscribe to like because Instagram has subscriptions as well, and like, but basically to kind of get people past that wall, the paywall, but the next part, so it's this whole video, or this whole stream, is really about and we'll cook up as well. We'll actually do both ways of doing it. But sound design. And when I also say samples, I also mean drum samples as well. Or I also mean samples from sound kits that may or may not be royalty free. Oh man, that yerba. It's not. It's a little bitter, but I get through it though. So sound design is definitely a very interesting approach, especially somebody like me who's in the EDM world. You mean loop or kick from a kick drum? Anything. Because there are even people who make sound like kick drums from scratch, or they make melodies and things from a sound that they made from scratch. There's just the amazing thing about music production is that you can go far over here to this side, or you can go far over here to this side, where everything in your sound, or everything in your song is only samples, only sounds from other sounds, and only, maybe like it's a sample. It's like me like tapping on this, and then that's your clap sound or something, and then like me like using, like going like this, taking this fucking water bottle and just like doing some sound, like that's sampling and kind of sound design in a sense as well. But it's still taking us, it's that's one side. But sound design is also taking something and manipulating it in a way where it's like, okay, this is next level. Whether it be a sine wave, whether it be, yes, maybe one of these sounds, but then you're changing it in a sense to where it's not even recognizable. It's almost kind of hard to say in like words. DJ Shadow was the king of sampling. He elevated on so many unknown songs, right? And so I think that you can go as far as over here, where you're literally making a bunch of sounds from scratch, a bunch of sounds from literal sine wave, or like, all right, perfect example here. Let's just mess around, do something like this. So in FL Studio, there we go. In FL Studio, there's this stock plugin called FL Kick, or Fruit Kick. Haha, that's funny. So what do you think about sample design? If that's a term, that's what I did with the song. Man, I mean, I'm gonna have to find a way to differentiate, but sample design, yeah, I think, I'm not gonna say that's a term, but that's a good way of kind of explaining your process of this sound design or sampling. But I think it's just, yeah, as long as it's not recognizable, and it's like, but I think let's build this foundation real quick. So for sound design, it's taking usually taking like a VST plugin, like even if it's like Serum, like we'll do Serum, and then we'll do Citrus. Okay, so these are things that like basically, okay, go to default, where this is like just the init patch is basically a sine wave, and then the init patch for this is a saw wave. And then the init patch for this is like basically like these parameters here. That's like I'd like to consider sound design, because at this point now you're creating this sound from nothing. And when I say nothing, is that, let's say I turn this off and then I turn this off. We literally have nothing coming out of here. And I'm not sure which ones to change here to make nothing, but basically that's a good way of saying from nothing. That is, I'd say, the probably purest form of sound design, and not taking something, dragging it in, you know, and then maybe messing it around, and like that is a form of sound design, but I think this is the purest form of sound design. So let's just do a kick real quick, because sound design can be both loops, you know, melodic stuff, something more. It's like making a 3D model from a cube in Blender, exactly. And it's not like taking a completely modeled person or human or fighter guy, bringing it into Blender, and then like changing his outfit. Like, that's not really like design. That's kind of more, I think that can be called sampling or kit bashing, basically. But if that's a good way, I think that's a great analogy. It's more like a collage. So modding, yeah, there you go. So sound design can be for something that's more melodic, something that's more percussive. In this case, it's more percussive and transient. So let's kind of let's mess around with this kick. Okay, so we'll do, you can even make like an 808. So this is like, I guess, how fast the pogo goes. All right, so I'll bring this into here. Maybe I'll actually, you know what? I'll even use like a compressor. Kind of see how we can and then we'll maybe put like a soft clipper on there. So like basically that's like one way of, you know, so that right there is sound design. Like I literally just made a kick 808 without going into my sample packs and finding, which is what I usually do. This is why it's like there's two ways of going about it. So I just use a stock plugin to like make this, like, you know, which maybe I'll and then, okay, let's say I want to make a hi-hat. So I'll take this. So this is a saw synth, or I'm sorry, a sine synth. So I don't want it to be this. I want it to be noise. So we'll make like a hi-hat. Now you're thinking that sounds like a Game Boy hi-hat. But that's where, you know, you can even mess with the EQ or a high pass, which high pass is usually what you'll want, but I'll just, you know, use this. But that's the thing is I just meant that's just something real quick. I know there's like many different ways to make hi-hats, but this is just like a cheap way of doing it. But like it's like and then like basically a snare, like if I want to like I can make like a snare, which is not gonna sound very good. Which is why it's like, let's be honest, like you're gonna have to sample sometimes. Because it's like, you know, there's people who are expert sound designers who spent a lot of time making a lot of these sounds from scratch, you know, this is why, you know, sometimes you owe it to them. So we'll do this and then we'll add one that's also a okay, so we'll mess with this volume envelope here. And then maybe I'll bring this up too. So now we're kind of getting somewhere. This is kind of like the 808, like kind of, yeah, Game Boy snare, exactly. So even in this. So what I could do is maybe I could modulate. Maybe make it a little shorter. So maybe I'll high pass the so actually I'll the high pass. I think I'm doing the wrong one. Am I doing the wrong one? I think I might be doing it wrong here. Well, let me just maybe try to use the EQ to mess around with it. Maybe add like a convolver. Maybe I'll put the convolver before. This is like such a cheap snare, but fuck it. Really use this one. Edit, cut. Yeah, see, this like pop like could be a little, still a little shorter. Maybe I can put it higher. Yeah, that sounds pretty cheap, but let's see. Maybe I can still fix it, make it a little tighter. Like, how can I make this occupy more? Huh, well, it's not coming out as good as I wanted it to. I know I know there's a lot of steps that I'm missing, if I'm being completely honest. Like definitely like the filtering. Like I know I gotta mess with the filtering of like. But for some weird reason, it's like just not activating right now. But all right, well, I don't know. Let's see if maybe there's a snare preset in here, and then I'll kind of understand what they did. Let's see. Percussion. Let's see what they have. Doesn't look like they have any snares in here. Well, that's my yeah, alright, doesn't look like they have any snares in here, but alright, so that was a bad attempt at my sound design snare. But every sample that you use drum sample wise is pretty much made from scratch, the same way I made like this kick. You know, there's all types of plugins that like can help you make snares, hi-hats, drums, whatever it may be. There's plugins for that, and that kind of goes to sound design, and obviously it makes the process a lot easier. And that's actually another reason why, like when you listen to old drum samples or drum samplers, like the TR-808, why it sounded like as cheap as it did is because they didn't have as many parameters to make these sounds bigger than they sound, you know, than what you're hearing today. There's one day I'm really gonna sit down and like try to figure out like how to make some fire like drum sounds, because I haven't really done drum sound design in a long time. But yeah, that was not the best attempt, but hey man, like I'm just trying to give an example. So anyways, now here's when it comes to sound design, when it comes to like, okay, understand, and you know, I think we're getting back on this philosophical side and the less technical side of what sound design is. So, which by the way, shout out to everybody that's been in here. If you haven't already liked the video, like that video. I think the best way to make fire drums is actual sample actual drums, in my opinion. 100%. Yes, exactly. And it's not like the drums can come find you and it's not like drums can come find you and say, hey man, you sampled me, pay me. It's like it's a drum. And that's why sampling, again, actually, and I didn't even mention this, but another good way of fighting samples of other people is make them yourself. You know, make them, whether it be through sound design or recording. You can never go wrong with recording. It's like people who are able to take a fucking water bottle, slap it against their hand, record that, and then make a snare out of that. You know, so I think that's just really the name of the game, is like just use your sounds. You know, if you want to try to find ways, if you want to make money off of your music, or if you just want to avoid any kind of legal action, it's unfortunate, and I don't want to ever like push people into being like, you have to make everything yourself. Absolutely not. Don't listen to me when I say that, because it's not true. Like, you can absolutely use other samples. We're living in a world where everybody's sampling things and doing mashups, and they're doing perfectly fine in life. So I think you know, make an album of just 1 second modified sine waves. Yeah, I guess you could say. I mean, that sounds like a Game Boy game. Now let's get back to the philosophical point of sampling / sound design, between the two. So sound design can be very useful, very how can I say, it can be very embraced depending on the context and depending on where it belongs and where you will be presenting said sound design. Um, let's give a perfect example of this. Is sound design extremely important and necessary for top 40 pop music? No. Is sound design important for music like dubstep? Yes. Is sound design important for music like rock music or R&B or classical style music? No. Is sound design important for Transformer movies? Is it important for techno music? Is it important for mostly in the electronic range of music? Yes. Rock does use sound design, but how important really is it? If what you're saying is you can just set up a bunch of mics, or put your line through your electric guitar, and then we'll look at the pedal. Okay, that I understand, but it's still coming from an instrument that in which somebody's playing, and it's being recorded. That's kind of the thing here, is that it's being recorded. And sound design you can actually put in, so it's like, okay, yeah, it's you're adding an effect, you're adding a phaser to it, you're adding a reverb to it, you're adding a delay to it. Is that considered sound design? Absolutely. But you can take those same things and put it on a Michael Jackson sample, and Michael Jackson will still come after you. So it's like, okay, well, how pure is that sound design? Is it a sound design, like I said, you just make from scratch, or is it something where you're recording something, which in a sense is kind of sampling? So when I say sound design important for rock, maybe, but it does involve mostly recording. It involves recording. If you don't have to really record anything for sound design, which you can definitely say, like for Foley sounds, that is sound design, but it's also sampling. But I like to kind of make the argument that there are people who again, like, use very complex plugins to completely manipulate what they're doing, as opposed to amplifying the sound, or manipulating the sound to just sound better than it originally does. But if they're taking like a sound, let's say I play one note on my guitar, and then I use that to completely change, to throw it into Serum, and then I use that to like change like the modulation of all that. I think I'd like to think that kind of goes further. And again, I think this is a very nuanced conversation. This is actually why I even made this a topic of discussion today, because it's extremely nuanced. Like even just what you said about rock music. Yes. But I don't think the reason why I said rock is because, when they're playing live, they're literally playing the stuff. Like what you're playing and what you're doing determines what the person hears, as opposed to something like dubstep, where you're just, there's a DJ up there and they're playing something, or they might even be sound designing on stage, but there's still something that goes behind, like making it happen and kind of turning it into like something that it wasn't before. It's a very nuanced conversation for sure. But yeah, pedals, I can definitely agree. It's like, yeah, that's a form of sound design, but I like to think it kind of more amplifies and not polishes, but it changes the sound up a bit, but it doesn't really, like, yeah, it's because that's why they have amps, because otherwise you just have like pretty much like a very dry sounding, just kind of thin sounding guitar. I should have meant more acoustic. I should have said like acoustic rock. Something acoustic. That's why it's called acoustic. Should have more specified more on that. But sound design is very important with depending on where you are. Otherwise, it's not. I think rap music, for instance, like rap music is not super like built around sound design. It's kind of built more around, I guess, vocal processing, and like good mixes. I think that's really all what it's really more based on, and rhythm. So I think just kind of understanding where you're at. So, whenever I play demos from people, that it involves a whole lot of sound design, the first thing that I think of is like, okay, well, these kinds of songs belong in like movies, or these songs belong more in like video games, or they belong in something that is not really conventional, because what is conventional is really just radio or like Spotify, top 40 playlists and stuff, where like we're just gonna all have to sit here and agree like 90% of those songs are really not heavily built around extreme sound design. It's usually, sound design is involved, yes, absolutely, it's involved in making everything sound a little better. It's involved in maybe there's some cool sound candy within the music that might not have just been easily as made. But for the most part, when it comes to pop music, it's revolved around the artist singing on it. It's revolved around just the overall feeling and like the chords and like kind of like the more musical elements of it. But then when you go to dubstep and when you go to like more like even trap music, the EDM trap music, or like tech house and techno and like all these like other kinds of genres, it's very much built around sound design and the uniqueness of it, and it's very well accepted. So this is kind of where it's cool to know both. It's cool to understand how sound design works, because if you understand how sound design works, you can almost understand how anything is made and how any sound is made, and you can really get crazy with it. You can really get like next level with it. And basically in my case, which is I think a very rare case, is which I think maybe I still have the preset in here. Patch 1. Oh yeah, this one's from the Bilo. This is from the Bilo collab. I'm trying to see if I still have the see if I have the Meg Thee Stallion, one of them in here. I don't think I do though. But in the rare case that where it does get put into a rap song, you end up getting this. So it's very rare that a song like this or a sound like this is gonna end up like on a rap song, or nonetheless a song with Meg Thee Stallion, one pretty decent sized artist. So this is where sound design does come in handy, and sound design is something that like is, I guess you can say, embraced, because it's a very different sound, but it kind of has like this like interesting like what is going on here kind of feel. And but then this sound would also be extremely perfect for a dubstep song. So it's like there's a lot of ways to go. My battery, it's going down. All right, let's see if this works. So all right, let's hope this works. What'd I do with the cable? I just had it. Oh no. Oh no. Not before though. I just literally had it. Excuse me, guys. I've been so unprofessional today. Whatever. Good enough for me. Oh, I found it. It's under. Oh. All right. Let's hope this works. Let's hope this works. Ugh. Moment of truth. I gotta move this. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh man. All right, we bet. We in the game. We in the game. Me and my ugly ass snare. That thing is ugly. Let me do the hi-hat rolls. It just sounds so ugly. But yeah, so let me see if I can, because when I was making up all these, like, I was just making random sounds, man. So I was just kind of being real random with it. So let's see if maybe I can make something like that again. Actually, maybe that's too early. Maybe I'll do. That's interesting. Now it just stops going on there. Well, no, that's not how I made it. Oh man, I don't know. Today's a little weird, man. I'm not. Everything's not going how I wanted it to. But there's like certain orders of operations you're supposed to do this. Like I know I mentioned this back on the Twitch streams, but Seamless R is like the king of citrus. That man is a huge reason why I'm able to make what I make. But yeah, let's see what Serum is looking like. Do I have? Maybe I have the. Oh no! Don't. Maybe I have the cool patch. Maybe I have it in here. Daft Punk keeps popping up. FM. I think this might be it. No. That's an old one though. Rhythm. That's kind of rhythm, isn't it? I hate how this keeps popping up. Wook. 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 Damn, I guess I don't have. I guess maybe I didn't make it in here. Wookie collab. That never came out. Well, you know. All right, well, let's cook something up. Which, by the way, we're at 10 likes. Let's try to get 10 more before my camera dies. We already know, man. Thursdays are the lit days, man. All right. Serum. I have these old cymatics. They're so like 2015, 2016. It's kind of hilarious. Back when Cymatics was doing EDM only. Now it's like only like hip hop for the most part. That's pretty hard. And like these are still really good, but they're like not like they're like some of them are kind of outdated, some of them are actually still pretty good. But they're still like low key kind of like generic, you know. Like a lot of these are not too hard to make. Rhythmish. Just trying to see like what this looks like. Yeah, some of these are good sounds. All right, well, let's make something. I don't feel like connecting my keyboard. That's a good one. Maybe I'll... Alright, that's cool. Getting somewhere. Let's do like a... We'll get it right, we'll get it right. Okay, that's cool. We'll get it right, we'll get it right. Sounds pretty cool already, but let's keep messing. Now we're getting that cool little laser sound. There's like a click going on that I'm like not a fan of though. Like I gotta figure out how to. All right. like 145. Okay, so maybe I can go about it this way. I don't know. Like, do I want to do a long 808 or do I want it to like go with this? Or maybe bring it down a little bit. Like I like the bass lower. Put it maybe D. All right, let's. Throw this through some OTT. Yes, definitely older version. All right, let's sidechain that boy. Maybe make a mess with this just to give it so it's not so like repetitive, maybe. You got young drama in here. Damn, this sounds kind of hard. right. Let's just make these little variants, and then I mean, I'm surprised that my camera's still going, but it doesn't. I'm sure it doesn't have much time after this. I'm sure it's probably got like another like 15-20 minutes. But whenever it dies, I think that's when I'm gonna have to cut the stream. But yeah, let's change this up. do like a sustained, it's one of them sustained boys to kind of add a little layer, you know? Maybe I did that too early. Yoy. Let's hear with some OTT. Sometimes, you know, some days this shit just don't be working. Gosh, this has been a struggle. This is like the first YouTube cook up where like shit is just not going the way I've been wanting it to. Usually things has been working, but I do not know. I like lost my brain over the weekend, bro. Hopefully Thursday will be better. This has been a struggle today. Holy shit. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Bro. Bro, I'm over it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I'm that's a dub, bro. That's a fucking dub. Oh man. Maybe we should, but maybe we won't. I don't know. That wow. No, yeah, let's yeah. This was cool. This was fun, but this is a dub. All right. All right. Any last comments, anybody? Because I think I'm gonna get out of here. I have to tend to my computer that it has a new battery on it. She was sounding dope. Yeah, no, it was cool, but yeah, lots of stuff that didn't really go as planned today. What it do, Luisito? Yeah, any last thoughts, anybody? Because I think I'm gonna I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of this Patreon stuff to put up. I have some content I have to make today for Peace out, homie G from Morthbergs. Boat party looked crazy. Yes, it was crazy. Savior, you're late. Still made a heartbeat added to your library of bangers. Yeah, man. It's been a crazy, man. My weekend was crazy, man. I recommend not going and not sleeping, man. That's my thing, man. I like if and when like tour starts back up for me, you know, at any point, like if I'm like touring with another DJ or if I'm like doing something. Ricky, let's chat soon. Yes. I need to get my head back in order. I've realized today just by cooking up that my head is not it's not where I want it. And I think it has a lot to do with just like the lack of sleep that I've had over the past. And it's like I'm telling you, like I'm not at that age anymore where I could just not sleep. I absolutely have to. It's tough, man. I was gonna try to get BNL back to back if that happens. You know, I'm dropping in. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh man. I need to give my brain a rest. I really need to I just need to rest today, man. Muhammad Ali had a girl say, I say the most important thing of boxing success is boxing training, but avoiding the women, the partying, etc. Yeah, man. Yeah, I gotta if I'm ever gonna do tour again, I'm definitely gonna be very responsible. And just yeah, absolutely no after parties. And whatever city I get into, I'm gonna be in your area soon for a little bit. Let me know, drama. Let's link up, let's make some music, let's do some cool stuff. Going to bed early. Yeah, man. I need to get some rest today. I think no over drinking. Yep. Yeah, because I'm still suffering from it. Definitely. I definitely had some alcohol this weekend, even though I probably shouldn't have. And yeah, I definitely need to be more responsible. Yeah. So how can I help? Hey, man. Responsible tour life, exactly. How can I help? Hey, man, I'm just trying to. Oh no, the dog. This dog talks so much shit, bro. um, how can you help, man? Just keep dropping in here and pressing that like button whenever you're here. Lay off the Four Locos. I'm dead. Oh man, does that remind me of my early 20s and teens? Wow. Dog is telling you lay up the Four Locos for real. I'm dead. No, it was Casamigos, man. It was Casamigos. But I, you know, Yerba's saving me. Man, I'm suffering right now. Ricky, get it together, bro. But yeah, so next stream Thursday, 3 p.m. same time. We're doing promos. So if you guys want me to do some reviews, some collabs, if you guys want to collaborate, send in some ideas into the Discord. Yeah, my brain is like, I hate when I have days like these, man, because I know that I have a lot of work to do, but like I'm just not in that zone. But boy, when I'm in that zone, and I have to make content today, I'm telling you, I have not been on my computer since like I think Saturday, and usually I'm on my computer every single day, just like working on stuff. But I'm behind, man. I'm real behind on work. So I got to get around to that. I got to make some content today. What up? Everybody's just now coming in, man. When I'm about to like leave. But yeah, just some cool like dubstep sounds. Mr. McHorder. What are they? What is this? What is that? Bro, I've been working on cars. Oh, you're good. You're good. Thank you for dropping in anyway. Oh, man. Oh. That's my last name. Nice. I was so confused. Because I only see Jawan. It's not showing me. Oh my god, the chat just lit up and we're about to go. I mean, no, I'm gonna stay around for a little bit. I'm gonna stay around. I'll stay around for a couple more minutes. I mean, my camera should be dying soon. But you know, we're still here. I'm gonna stick around. I'm gonna stay around. Maybe I can show you guys this ID. Which I showed last time, but I'll show it again. It's cool. I think it's 918. Is that what it is? Yeah, we'll play this. Something a little nicer, something a little less dubstep sounding. We about to build it for yeah. Well, you know, I'll deal with it. I think it's a pretty good song. Man, low-key, I'm about to start my streams later, man. I'm about to start my streams later in the day. Everybody's piling in when I'm tired and my brain is just not working anymore. Which, by the way, like the video. We're at 12 likes to see if we can try to get at least, you know, some more. Some more likes before I get out of here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna start later, man. Everybody's piling in at 5 p.m. Maybe that's when I should start. I should start at 5. No, that's perfect time. Yeah, no, that's all good. I'm just kidding because everybody else is piling in. But I think I'm gonna start. I don't know. Maybe I'll start at 4. Do 4 to 6. Man, I know there's so much that I'm forgetting to tell y'all, but my brain is just not working right now. I'm just glad my laptop is working again, guys. I was very scared, not gonna lie. Very scared. But yeah, I guess basically to bring this all for full circle. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak anymore. To go full circle with basically what we talked about today. The topic was sound design versus sampling, and sound design and sampling are both equally as important in the game that we're in right now. Sampling is fine as long as you have a way of getting it cleared, or you're not over here making an insane profit off of somebody else's work. You're safe to go. Sound design, you don't have to know it all. You don't have to be super experienced and high level of sound design profession, I guess you can say, because there's some people that literally are just like so next level that they're literally making things for Transformers movies and stuff, or and before Oddmore comes in, you know what I'm saying, like everybody's just gonna pop in. But yeah, shout out to everybody that came through today. To all my samplers, sound designers, everybody. Thursday we'll be doing another feedback stream. Send some stuff in. We're doing two max songs per person. GG's, yes. I know there's some other things I wanted to mention. Yeah, lots of stuff is going back on the Patreon today. Yo, quick question. Do I DM you about mixing and mastering? Yes. Just DM me on Instagram or Twitter. And then we can you can send me whatever the song is. Just make sure that it's not like if I'm mixing or mastering, it's not like over like 15 stems. Try to consolidate some sounds and some stuff like that, because it'll definitely lengthen the process a little more than it needs to be. So no more than 15 stems. And what else? Yeah, Patreon will be updated this week. Promise, we'll get one of those packs in there. We're doing 2 packs this month because I missed last month, and I don't want to feel like I cheated anybody out. That especially on Ableton, for sure. So yeah, GG's. Yeah, no, I took a couple L's today, bro. It's all good though. It's all good. It's GG's. I'm not gonna get off the stream until my yerba is done. I haven't finished it yet. But GG's, got 13 likes. That's what's up. I just really have to do some planning. I really have to sit down and like get serious with myself. I've not been too serious with myself. I have to get serious with like just like scheduling things out, finishing up these records and just really trying to shop them out. Maybe labels will pick them up. I don't know. And just kind of getting back on a scheduled release. And planning out how to get some more long form content on YouTube that isn't me just streaming. Finding ways of basically getting more subscribers and getting more people to see what I got going on, and collaborating with other people on TikTok and all that. I really gotta like sit down and like make a plan. So I apologize, for not being completely on point today, but I really appreciate everybody. Quality good records and night mode would be lit. Yeah, probably. I'll definitely give them a try for sure. That would be cool. maybe I'll try Sable Valley. I should make some more Sable Valley vibes. Good job, Ricky. Proud of you. Get some rest. Yes. I think that's my problem. I'm a big workaholic. Like I want to I feel like I'm being a lazy fuck if I just get off this stream and lay down and not doing anything. Like I need to go to the gym still. I haven't gone to the gym today like I was supposed to. But I'm like, this is like so, it's like so telling from like how I'm acting on this stream compared to other streams and compared to other days where I'm just like, I'm literally feeling the headache from like me trying to think of what to say. But you guys know, you guys watch me and you guys know, you guys can almost tell. But I'm a workaholic, man, and I really don't want to feel like I'm like wasting my time. I want to use every bit of my possible time. I'm able-bodied, I'm able-bodied. The gym will be there when you wake up. That's true. Man, I appreciate you guys for real. I'm gonna go way harder on Thursday. I'm gonna be way better, way sharper on Thursday. Hell, I might go lay down too. Yeah, I'm gonna be way sharper Thursday. I promise that. I'm gonna try to put up something today. I'm laying down as we speak. Hey, well, I guess maybe I should take after you guys. I don't know. But it's all love, I just want to make sure that I'm on point for everybody because I just want to keep it up. I want to keep the consistency for you guys because you've all been very supportive and you deserve a better output from me. I'm planning on y'all are too funny, bro. Maybe I can play one more song. Let's see if there's a song here I can play. The Doja remix got some really good feedback. Demi finished a drink. Nope, we still got a little bit. Chug it and go to bed. That's the thing. I'm drinking a yerba. This is literally caffeine. Like I'm over here like drinking caffeine and saying I'm gonna go to sleep. Like, nah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like literally lay down for a little bit. Because when I'm on stream, like my brain is like legit like boom, 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 and right now it's like boom, boom. Like I don't know. It's like how it's not going how it usually does. One night bad ending. Phone call. Okay. I don't even know. I know I got something that I want to play, y'all. I can play this rough version of this Shane record I have. This is next. This is the next one. It has to be complete. Totally has to be rearranged. Has to definitely has to be rearranged. Vocals have to be kind of fixed a bit, but this definitely has big potential to be like kind of similar to One Night. Any update with the collab with Jama or us? I could I'll show you guys on Thursday. This person definitely got the wrong number. Hey Marcy, it's Danny. I get off at 6:30 p.m. I don't mind waiting for you to get off at 8 p.m. for a ride if that's okay with you. I am definitely not Marcy. Marcy type beat. Should be ashamed of what you've done. Left me in pieces. It's like your heart was on the run. Feels like I'm going insane. I'll never be the same with what you've done. Let me see if I can open the session. Because I know I probably did a couple things to like kind of fix it up a bit. I'm trying to get on this vibe. Yeah, I low key want to make an EP, with records like that for sure. I want to make like a 4-track EP, just kind of like one night kind of vibes, kind of like take was that what's that? I already forgot the name of the Zay song. Trying to do, but I'm saving that for like our EP. But I want to like just do EP of just straight stuff like that. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm also doing I think I said this last stream, the Nelly Furtado. I'm gonna remix that too. Where is it? How long ago was this session? Shane, okay. This, I'm sure it's this one. Okay, no, this is the recording session. Never be the same. So 8/19. Damn, it's already been that long since this session. That's kind of crazy. And I'm surprised that my battery is still like, yo, like, I guess it all worked out today, man. Just not my brain. You want to know something funny? This is actually original, like the original. Yeah, that was this is actually what I made this beat around. But then, yeah, I didn't really like it that much. Maybe I didn't bounce out the... I guess not. Oh, no, yeah, it's right here. Alright, yeah, I gotta work on that. Alright, I'll just play the rough version. And I'll do like some like cool vocal chop stuff. That's why it's so open. See what he did there? The from you, like the same, like the ooh from One Night. Yeah, totally got to rearrange it. Got to make that stronger. The beat is like obviously like way turned down. It's not mixed in with the vocals. This is One Night Bad. Yeah, I guess you can say that. But yeah, I definitely need to which, yo, by the way, I mean, I said this last time, but whoever hasn't heard, we hit 100K on One Night on Spotify with no editorial playlists, no paid promo, none of that. Just off of the strength. We did that, 100K. It's because it's It's a damn good song. So in celebration, we're gonna work on this one. No editorials, bro. Like usually, a lot of my songs just getting any like big plays because of the editorial. I mean, everybody. That's a lot of people, especially in the EDM world, man. They would not survive without these editorial playlists. All right, now I'm really done. Now I really gotta get out of here. I just wanted to like hang out just for a little bit because much everybody was piling in, and I was just trying to, say what's up. But now for real, I'm gonna go. Love you guys. Shout out to Rare. Shout out to Drama. Shout out to everybody that came through. Drama, hit me up. Let me know. Go to Sleepies. Morthbergs. Who's Morthbergs, bro? That's a funny name. We have McHorder and Morthbergs. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, that's it for me. All right, let me go ahead and see y'all Thursday, 3 p.m. same time. We out of here.